Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Secondhand Styler, the series where I show you my top tips and tricks to shopping secondhand and how you can get more for your money. Now, some of you may or may not be aware that almost 90% of my wardrobe is secondhand. And just because I have a predominantly secondhand wardrobe doesn't mean I don't have really nice, high quality things. I love a luxury or designer item as much as the next person. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 luxury or high-end items that I pretty much exclusively buy on the secondhand market. And just a little disclaimer, I say pretty much because I do make the exception here and there, whether it be an item that I really can't find on the secondhand market, perhaps it's from an independent designer, perhaps it's handmade, or I'm supporting local, so I do make exceptions. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Number 1, and it's an item that I'm wearing right now, and it's got to be luxury and costume jewellery. I am the first to admit I am a sucker for a logo. I do love a Chanel logo here and there. I love a Dior logo. And I do really believe that adding a little logo here and there, when done in a tasteful way, can elevate an outfit. But it goes without saying that the prices for the costume jewellery from some of those really high-end or perceived high-end designer brands are just extortionate. I'm going to use Chanel as an example. Some of their jewellery, which is costume jewellery, some of it's not even gold plated, retails for over £500, which is totally crazy to me. So when it comes to buying costume jewellery from luxury brands, I exclusively buy this on the second-hand market. So here I have a beloved pair of classic little crystal CC drop pearl earrings by Chanel. Now, as much as I love these, there was no way I was going to spend over £500 on a pair of earrings that I don't even think are real pearls. They're definitely not precious stones at all. You're basically buying them for the logo, and as I say, I'm the first to admit I love a logo. I do think these are extremely classy, very elegant. So I asked for these earrings for Christmas about 3 years ago from my husband. I explicitly told him, do not buy them firsthand. You are not getting your value for money. So I found them on a pre-loved page, which I will link below because I've bought a couple of her pieces. She's an Instagram page called Addicted to Handbags, and she has an amazing selection of bags and a couple of bits of jewellery here and there. I trust her website, she knows what she's doing. And we managed to get these for over 50% off the RRP. I think they were about £250, which is still very pricey for a pair of earrings. But as I say, if you do love your luxury brands, you buy into it like I do, this is the only way I would be buying a pair of Chanel CC earrings. I just don't think it's worth the money to buy them from the first-hand market. They came with their original box and receipt, which is fantastic. And when you are buying jewellery like this, particularly the very high-end demand jewellery such as the CC logo, the Gucci Marmont logo, you need to be so careful of fakes, and that is one of the downsides to buying secondhand. There are a lot of fakes out there, so make sure when you're buying something like this, you're either buying from a highly reputable seller, and I'll leave some below that I've personally bought from, or you're buying from a site that offers third-party authentication. Really important, because you don't want to be buying fakes. That would be such a shame to spend £100 or more and end up with a fake. So really do your due diligence. Check out what the seller has sold in the past. Look at their reviews. If they've just got one designer item and nothing else, that's a little bit suspicious to me. If they've got a wardrobe of luxury items, really good reviews, that to me is an indicator that this is a person that buys luxury and has genuine, authentic items. Now, if perhaps logo and the newer style of jewellery isn't your thing, my other favourite way to get my hands on luxury and designer jewellery is to buy vintage secondhand. And I've got to say, I do have a little bit of an addiction. Now, the reason I love secondhand vintage is because I think the quality is far superior. The price points are so much better, and I think the designs are more unique. So an example, today I'm wearing a pair of clip-on vintage Dior earrings. These are gold plated. I got them for £45. I think they are so statement, so beautiful, and I just get so much wear out of these. So for the price of buying a stainless steel costume pair of jewelry, I'm actually getting something gold plated, beautifully made, with history, with a bit of a story. I'm such a fan of buying my vintage luxury jewelry, whether it be a designer brand or whether it just be a really beautifully made piece of vintage jewellery. And I've honestly had to go on a bit of a ban from buying vintage designer jewellery because my collection is just getting a little bit silly. But these here, these are another pair of vintage Dior earrings. Again, gold plated. I got these for under £100. I won them on a bid on eBay. I also got some really gorgeous vintage Givenchy earrings in here. These are so cool. And again, these were from eBay, under £100. Look at these. How amazing are these? And again, gold plated, absolutely amazing. Now, one thing that I do like about vintage jewelry is it's less likely to be duplicated or fakes made because it's not as in demand as the more kind of trendy and current styles. That's not to say that you still shouldn't do your due diligence. I'm very lucky because I used to work for a secondhand jewelry reseller and I became very accustomed to spotting the little hallmarks, what to look for, the vintage styles and designs that are already out there. But these are all things you can learn through just a simple Google search, how to spot a fake. There's loads of information out there. And if you do like your vintage jewelry, definitely follow me on my Instagram, which I'll link below, because I do regular edits of some of my favorite finds that you can shop in real time from my stories. So I'll link that down below for you. I just have to show you one more pair of vintage earrings that I bought recently. These here are the most adorable little Givenchy door knocker style earrings. Again, I won these on eBay bid. I think I ended up paying about £85 for them. Gold plated, super cool. I love a door knocker. They remind me of the mum from Home Alone. Absolutely love these. And such a dainty way to add a tiny little logo. Again, a little touch of luxury, but without it being overbearing and too predictable. Number 2. And moving on to something a little bit more practical than jewellery, and an item that can be really, really pricey if you're looking for something that's good quality, and that is branded winter coats. Now, I'm a lover of the North Face. I think the North Face coats are actually really well made. They last for ages. I've got one that's currently 11 years old and it still looks immaculate. They've also got a really good brand perception and I like their designs. I have 3 North Face coats. I've got a really big puffer one, I've got a shorter one that I wear kind of in the spring, autumn time, and then I've got a proper rain style coat as well. And I have never paid full price for a North Face coat. And the reason for that is because they're such good quality. By the time they get onto the second-hand market, the quality is still there. There is no need to buy a first-hand winter coat. If you've got a brand in mind that you like, you know they're reliable, why not buy it second-hand? This one here is my most recent addition. If you watched my summer second-hand shopping haul, you'll have seen I picked this up in Toronto for $20. $20 for a North Face coat, and I absolutely love it. This is the rain style one that I've got. It comes down to about my knees. This on the first hand market, you are looking at way over £150. So I just would never ever buy a winter coat first hand. I really, really don't see the need for it. Of course, you can still have that coveted branded coat, whether it be the North Face, Trespass, Lululemon, whatever it is. Look on the secondhand market, look on eBay, Vinted, Depop. There are so many secondhand online stores that you can search by the brand name. I just put this on a hot wash and it was back to its full glorious self. I absolutely love it. I don't think I've ever spent more than £50 on a winter coat. And on the topic of coats in general, not only do I buy my winter coats secondhand, but I also buy my smart dress style coats as well. This here is the most beautiful collared Kate Spade coat. It does have a rip in the label, but I don't care. And I got this for about £80 at the Mind charity shop in Camden, I think it was, in London. These again retail for well into the hundreds. I got it for under £100. It's absolutely beautiful. And then this one here doesn't actually have a brand, but I got this at a vintage shop in Yorkshire, in Halifax. And this here is 100% wool, pure new wool. This gorgeous, gorgeous bluey grey colour. And it's got this stunning lining as well. And I think this was £15 or £10. It was really affordable and the quality of it is just stunning. So I think there is a misconception that you need to spend loads to have a really nice winter coat or a really nice dress coat. you don't. So be clever with where you spend your money. An item like this that's made from wool is going to look so much more premium than some of the wool blends that you could spend hundreds on the high street. So I just had to show you the different types of coats that I buy secondhand. Not only are you getting the quality for a really good price, but you can also get really beautiful, unique designs that not everybody else is wearing. Next up, and one of my favorite fabrics, one of my most luxurious fabrics to wear, is cashmere. And I cannot remember the last time I bought cashmere on the first-hand market. I have found cashmere in charity shops for as little as £1. What's nice about cashmere is it's really, really distinguishable to feel. So if you do go secondhand shopping, you go to thrift shops, you go to charity shops, wherever you live, feel through the rails with your hands, and it's very likely that if there is cashmere on that rail, you're gonna spot it just to the touch. I've got a couple of little cashmere jumpers here. This one here I love. You'll have seen me wearing this in my most recent vlog, and it's a classic Breton striped cashmere jumper. This looks so nice with navy, with pretty much anything. I absolutely love it. And this is actually from a website called Nearly New Cashmere. They specialise in secondhand cashmere. I'm going to link them below for you. They've got loads of really nice pieces. I've also got this cashmere scarf from them as well in this navy. I wore this a lot in Italy. I wore this as a little bit of a shawl because it's a really nice length. You can wear it as a scarf, but you can also wear it as a little bit of a pashmina as well. Very, very versatile. They've got these in a couple of colours. So both of these pieces here are from Nearly New Cashmere. They are a little bit more pricey than charity shops, but that's because it's more curated for you and it's just a really, really easy shopping experience. It's a business based in North Yorkshire, so I really like supporting them. So I will link them below for you. This here was a little thrifted find that I got in Canada, and this is 100% cashmere. It's actually a Bloomingdale's cashmere V-neck, and this is just so luxurious. I think I paid about $10 for this. So this here is just proof you don't need to spend loads to have luxurious, well-made, really comfortable clothing. I love a V-neck because you can wear it on its own with a nice necklace, or you can wear it with a shirt underneath. Absolutely adore this jumper. Very, very simple, very classic. Not too exciting, but super versatile. I definitely get my cost per wear with this one. Number 4, now this is an item that has become very, very popular to buy secondhand. And that's because of the crazy price increases that we've seen in the luxury bag space. And when I talk about luxury bags in this instance, I'm talking about the really high-end luxury bag brands, the household luxury bag brands, so bags that are starting from the 500 mark upwards. I'm not talking about the likes of Strathbury, Polène, de Melier. I don't mind buying first-hand from those brands because they're still at an attainable price point. What I'm talking about are the bag brands such as Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton, Dior, Bulgari, those bag brands. I love a luxury bag. I love how they make you feel. I love how they make your outfits look. I love that they retain their value for the most part. But it is very, very rare that I will buy a luxury bag direct from the brand anymore. And that's because I just think their prices do not match up with the quality of the bags. I'm happy to spend money on good quality, but not when the prices have been inflated to the prices that they are these days. I'm going to show you an example. This bag here I bought from a second-hand reseller. I will link her below. I think she's still in business. This is the most gorgeous. I love this bag so much. This is the mini Jackie O bag in denim and brown. It's so cute. I absolutely love it. It's actually got a detachable strap. And I bought this for 1/4 of the price that it sells for on the first-hand market. I think this bag retails for around about £2,000. I paid around 500. If you're wondering how did I get it for this price, I got very lucky. At the time I bought it, it wasn't particularly in demand. I bought it about 3 years ago. These days, this bag is really, really popular, which is why it's so interesting that you should always go with your gut. Go with your own style. Don't go with what's trending at the time. You never know if something's gonna come back in style. I bought this 3 years ago. I still love it as much as the day that I bought it. I could totally sell this on for triple what I paid for it. I'm not going to, but there is absolutely no way these days I would be spending that amount on this bag. I think this bag is worth what I paid for it. It's definitely not worth what they're charging for it on the first-hand market. Again, going back to my point that I made with the earrings, only buy from reputable sellers. These are the types of items that are going to be duplicated and faked. You have to be so careful. There are some really amazing resellers out there who really know their stuff. They offer third-party authentication. There are a couple of sites that I pretty much exclusively buy from just because I trust them. It's very rare that I would buy a bag of this price from an individual seller on somewhere like Depop. I think it's a little bit risky to do that. I'm gonna show you a couple of my other favorite secondhand bag finds just to show you that you can still have really amazing, coveted items without paying the price for them. This here is a little Prada nylon bag with a Saffiano leather handle. I bought this for work just because it fits quite a lot in it. It's got the little strap as well and the feet. I think I paid around £200 for this. This retails for well into the late hundreds. And I bought this from a bag seller called Love Me Again London. Again, I'm gonna link some of my favorite sellers down below for you. Absolutely love this bag, so simple. It kind of reminds me of the Longchamp pliage bag, that kind of shape, and with it being nylon. Really, really love this. And the third bag I'm gonna show you, this is a very sentimental bag to me. I wear this for pretty much every occasion I attend, like special occasion, because it's metallic. And this here is my Bulgari top handle Serpenti bag in this gorgeous bronze color. I actually need to give this a bit of a clean because I wore it to a wedding in Italy a couple of weeks ago. This bag here I managed to get for less than 50% of the retail recommended price. I bought it on Vestiaire Collective, who offer a third-party authentication that you can pay for. I think it's about £15, so well worth the money, especially when you're spending this amount on a handbag. It came with its dust bag, it came with its strap, it came with all of the original packaging and receipts and things like that. So when I am buying a luxury bag on the secondhand market, I always look for sellers that have either the original packaging and receipt, the authenticity card. I'm quite picky with the sellers that I will buy from, just because I want to know it's a bag that is A, authentic, and B, has been cared for. And I would say on average, I probably buy around about one high-end luxury bag a year. Sometimes I don't buy one at all, but I would say on average that is what I can afford if I save up throughout the year and treat myself to a luxury secondhand bag. It works for me, and it also means I'm really thinking about the item that I'm buying, because these bags are a lot of money. I feel very lucky that I'm able to save up to buy pieces like this. So the way that I shop is, you know, I'll really think about an item sometimes for 5, 6 or 7 years before buying it. And I do have a very exciting unboxing coming this week of my birthday bag, which is a bag I have actually been thinking about for over 6 years. So keep an eye out for that this week. And number 5, an item that I love to find on the pre-loved market, and it's got to be a really gorgeous luxury or high-end jacket or blazer. Now this piece here is probably my most expensive and bougie blazer that I own, and this of course is a Balmain blazer. I got this from a secondhand website who unfortunately no longer is in business, but there is a great selection of pre-loved Balmain blazers out there. I loved this colour. I thought it was so unique, this forest green with the gold contrast buttons. If, however, this is not in your price point, you can still get really amazing blazers and jackets on the secondhand market, either in charity shops. I always look in the men's section. I found Valentino in charity shops. I actually found this one here by Iro in one of my charity shopping vlogs. I think I paid about £5 for this. It's made in Paris, in France. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the round neck on it. It reminds me very much of Chanel. And I think if there's one item which will immediately elevate any outfit, it's a blazer or a jacket. You can be wearing a hoodie and leggings, throw it on with a nice blazer, and immediately you just look that little bit more dressed up. So if I'm ever having one of those days where I really can't be bothered to put effort into my outfit, I'll just chuck on a good blazer and immediately I feel it's almost like a cheat code to looking like you've made an effort. But I very rarely buy blazers and jackets firsthand. I do occasionally if I see one that I really love and I can't find it secondhand. But generally speaking, I just think the quality you can get, the brands you can get on the secondhand market are just far superior for the price that you're paying. Not to mention, I also love a vintage blazer or jacket. I think the shapes that they used to have back then are just so funky. I love the really bold shoulders, the shoulder pads. I love the shape of them. So I always look in charity shops, or if I want something a little bit more designer. The brands that I really love for designer blazers are Balmain, of course. I love Valentino, I love Moschino, and I do love the Dior bar jackets. I don't own one of those yet, but it's on my radar to find on the secondhand market in a couple of years' time. So those there were 5 of the luxury, higher end, more premium items that I pretty much exclusively buy on the secondhand market. I would love to know your thoughts on what some of your favorite items are to buy secondhand. As I say, I'm going to link as many of my favorite secondhand sellers as I can down below. If you do want to see some of my curated edits of secondhand finds on my Instagram stories, my Instagram is also linked down below. A big thank you as always for watching. If you do love secondhand fashion and luxury for less style tips, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.